Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, welcome to a brand new video. I had to clean a layer of dust off my camera this morning because it has been a little while. So first of all, let's just address the elephant in the room. Yes, it has been a while since I last filmed. I want to thank you all so much for actually giving me the time to just be present with the family, with everything that was going on. I really appreciated it. I have been looking at all of your comments and I appreciate all of the love and support that you've given me over the last few weeks. Things have been a little bit upside down, and to be honest, I've got no other reason for picking up the camera today other than I just felt like talking to you guys. I feel like we have really kind of just come to terms with everything that's going on now, and we've gotten back into a little bit of a rhythm. It has been nice taking a little bit of a break. Avery is doing really well. I will give you an update. That is mostly what I want this video to be. Give you a little bit of an update, share what has been going on the last couple of weeks, how Avery's been doing in herself. She is doing amazing, which is really good. She does have a physio appointment in half an hour. So for now, I just wanted to have just a little bit of a chitty chat with you guys. So we have a very special birthday coming up next week, and those of you that follow my channel know that it is Avery's birthday. Avery is 3 on the 6th of March. And again, if you watch my channel, you'll also know that Avery's birthday and the days surrounding it are a little bit of a bittersweet time for me. Obviously, we want to celebrate Avery's birthday just like we do the other kids. The day that she was born is a very special day. We want to make her feel extra special and loved. Even though it is just a little bit more tricky with Avery, you know, it's not like we can take her to a soft play and let her run around. It's not like we can shower her with sweets and cake. So it's always a little bit tricky, but we do have a couple of things planned. I will probably share those with you next week, but I do just want to say I don't plan on getting back into the 2 videos a week rhythm. I just think at this point in time it would be a little bit too much on me. So for now, I am just going to pick up the camera when I have time, when I feel like it, when I'm in the right mindset, and just post videos as and when I can. And I'm sorry for those of you that do religiously look out for my videos twice a week. I really am sorry, but I am just trying to put the kids and most of all my mental health first. I'm not gonna lie, I just don't want to put too much pressure on myself. Everything is, like I said, a little bit upside down, but we have Avery's birthday to look forward to next week. Our trip to the Maldives is now less than 3 weeks away, which is absolutely insane. We're still a little bit on edge just because of everything that's still going on, everything that has been going on, but like I said, I will actually sit down a little bit later on in this video and catch you up properly on all of that in terms of Avery's medical stuff. But for now, I just wanted to share with you guys what we've actually got Avery for her birthday. Like I said, we wanted to make her feel special, and there's a lot of things that we would do for the boys that we just can't do for Avery, so we just wanted to make sure we got her an extra special gift that she would definitely get use out of. So our very lucky little lady has her very own iPad for her birthday. I still need to get this out, get it set up. I want to get her a little children's Apple ID on there to connect it to my account. That's what I do with the boys. It works well. Mostly this is going to house things like kids YouTube, because we all know Avery loves her show. She loves TV. At the moment she's a little bit Peppa Pig mad, which is different but a nice change. Some interactive games. I've got a couple that I know she likes on my phone and on my iPad that she uses. It frees up my iPad as well, which obviously isn't the purpose of this, but that is nice because over the last couple of weeks, while I have had a little bit more downtime where I haven't been editing or filming, I have started to enjoy reading again, and I've always loved reading, more so than watching movies actually. I feel like I can really get lost in a good book. And it's a little bit of a guilty pleasure for me, so I subscribe to Kindle Unlimited and I have been reading on the Kindle app on my iPad. So for Avery the 9th generation, which is exactly the same as the one I've got, works really well. So kids YouTube, some interactive games, and then as she grows, as she develops, we can just add more and more to it. things that can be educational as well, which is nice. But we know that she will get a whole lot of use out of this, and we feel like it was a good investment for her. So to go along with that, I did also buy her a case, and I was really mindful about the case that I bought her. So this is the case, not that I'm doing a very good representation of it right now. So that's the back. It's just a nice pastel-y kind of colours. It has a strap on the back here, so you can hold it up with your hand, which I thought would be quite useful, because a lot of the time if Avery is quite unsettled and we do just need to kind of get her to be distracted for a little while, we do end up kind of holding our phones up, so having that strap with this might be easier. But what I did like about it is it also comes with kind of a shoulder strap. Not that Avery's going to be wearing it over her shoulder, but I thought it would be helpful to kind of prop it in places so we can hang it over things and get it to hang so that she can watch it, just so that we're not having to hold it. Another thing I wanted to be sure of was that it came with an inbuilt screen protector, which this one does. So I'm really pleased with this. Got it off Amazon, I will link it below. That is to go alongside her iPad, and then I did just pick her up a birthday card yesterday. Like I said, we're going through a bit of a Peppa Pig phase at the moment, so just got her a little Peppa Pig daughter card. So that is Avery's birthday sorted. In terms of her actual birthday and the plans, like I said, I'll probably pick up the camera next week and share that with you, because I do kind of want to capture a little bit of Avery's birthday on camera, not just for you guys but also for myself as well, for my own memories. But like I did say, the days surrounding Avery's birthday are a little bit bittersweet, because 3 days after Avery's birthday is the anniversary of her cardiac arrest, which is obviously the day that completely turned all of our lives upside down and took away a lot from us, a lot from Avery, and I don't think it will never not be a sad day. So the 9th of March I think falls on a Saturday this year. It's the day before Mother's Day, which I think makes it sting a little bit more this year, mainly because Avery's cardiac arrest was kind of midweek, and then Mother's Day was the weekend after she went into cardiac arrest. So it feels like a little bit too familiar. But we do have plans for Mother's Day. We're actually going to be tying in Avery's little birthday outing for Mother's Day, which I think will be a good distraction. I'm hoping I can just get through the 9th of March this year like any other day. Another thing that's a little bit kind of not weird but kind of dampens the mood a little bit is remembering that for Avery's 2nd birthday she was actually in hospital. So last year we had her birthday party over the weekend. She had her birthday cake, she got to taste her birthday cake, and then at 4 AM on her actual birthday she had a very big seizure, a generalized tonic-clonic seizure, ended up in hospital and was there for a few days. So let's hope that doesn't happen this year. I'm keeping my fingers crossed. I'm not baking a birthday cake for Avery this year. One, because again, pressure, trying to relieve as much off myself as I can, but for two, I'd feel bad putting that much effort into a cake when I know that she can't actually eat it or taste it at all. Last year she got to have a couple of tastes of her birthday cake and then she ended up having seizures. I know there's probably no correlation, but the fact that she ended up with a nasty chest infection, either way, we don't feed Avery by mouth anymore, so I know she won't be tasting any of her cake. So I have just ordered her a cake on Tesco, so at least we can sing her happy birthday, because that is something that I don't want her to miss out on. I feel like that is a rite of passage for any birthday. But again, I will share more of our plans next week. But for now, like I said, Avery has a physio appointment today. I also have an optician's appointment this afternoon. I've noticed that my long-sighted vision, I'm finding it a little bit difficult to focus. I'm finding it it feels a little bit strange when I'm trying to read things. So say for example, you're at a quick service restaurant and trying to read the kind of board with the menus. I'm finding that quite difficult, and I feel as though I never used to find it that difficult. So I just think I owe it to myself to invest a little bit of time and money in making sure I'm healthy and get my eyes checked. So I'm going to go do that this afternoon. Hopefully it goes well with Avery, but those are our plans for today. And like I said, I am going to catch up with you in this video and let you know what's been going on the last few weeks. Avery is all done with physio and her feed's due in about half an hour, so I thought now would be a good time to sit and catch you guys up on what's been going on the last couple of weeks. So the last time I spoke to you, obviously we just had the results of Avery's Hypsarrythmia, and I explained that we were going to be doing a steroid treatment. So Avery was on prednisolone. She was on quite a high dose, so she was on 10 milligrams 4 times a day for 2 full weeks, and then we spent 2 weeks after that weaning her off of it. So first of all, the steroid experience, it was awful. Avery's sleep was so disrupted. She wasn't sleeping in the night. She was still having a few naps in the day at that point, which, you know, is a silver lining, but the treatment itself wasn't very nice, not very nice side effects. However, what we did notice is Avery's chest cleared up massively. She doesn't sound anywhere near as chesty as she did, and as a matter of fact, she's sounding much better than she has in a really long time. Alongside that, she is doing so much better than she has in a really long time as well. She has been really interactive. She's been laughing a lot more, which has been really lovely, and she just seems to be more aware, more alert, and just taking things in a lot more, which has been really nice. Whether or not we can thank the steroid for that, I don't know, but that treatment is done now. So as part of the steroid wean, she actually needed to go onto hydrocortisone, which we started yesterday, and that is basically it's basically just a precaution to make sure that being on such a high dose of steroids doesn't interfere with Avery's natural cortisone levels. So she's on hydrocortisone now for about a week and a half until she's booked in for a blood test, and she will have to go into the hospital, have a cannula put in, and she will have to have a couple of blood tests to make sure her body is doing okay without the hydrocortisone. Basically, it's just to make sure her body's doing what it's supposed to do on its own. Are you talking to me? Yeah, I love you. I love you more. So that's kind of the medicine side of it. Now, Avery did have a second EEG. She had that one, I think, a week ago, and we got the results back fairly quickly. Now, before I get into those results, I think I did talk about Avery's twitches in my last video, and we were worried about these twitches because we were pretty certain they were epileptic. She'd had this Hypsarrythmia in her EEG. It was making us panic. However, with the steroids, the twitches weren't going away. As a matter of fact, they were getting worse. It was at a point where she was having about 100 to 200 twitches a day, which is a lot. It's quite a lot. So in the end, I asked that we try and treat the twitches as a separate type of epilepsy, because there was a good chance that it was, and the steroids weren't doing anything to help. So we thought about doing another clobazam course. However, the last one we didn't do anything to stop them. And throwing a few ideas back and forth with Avery's epilepsy nurse, what we did realise that because there was a national shortage, and don't even get me started on this because I'll never stop, there was a national shortage of the liquid pyramate that Avery was on. So Avery had to switch to the tablet form. So we had to crush and dissolve the tablets and give them to her that way. What we realised is that these twitches started coming about when we made that switch to the tablet. Luckily, by this point, we had actually managed to get hold of a bottle of the liquid. So Avery's epilepsy nurse said, just for argument's sake, before we do anything with dosages on the topiramate, switch back to the liquid on a regular dose and see if that changes anything. If the twitches don't go away within a couple of days, then up the dose to 40 milligrams instead of 30 milligrams. So I made the switch to the liquid, and I swear to God, within 24 hours, the twitches had reduced by about half. I was seeing nowhere near as many. So I said to Avery's epilepsy nurse, obviously the topiramate is helping. Something to do with the chemical makeup of the tablets just doesn't work for Avery's body. So I thought it would best to increase the dose anyway, because the twitches were still happening. And obviously we knew that we were going in the right direction with the topiramate. So I increased it to 40 milligrams, and by the following evening the twitches had completely stopped. So that tells us a couple of things. One, the tablets do not work for Avery. She needs to have the liquid topiramate. And two, the twitches are definitely epileptic, because if they weren't, then the topiramate wouldn't have done anything for them. But because topiramate is an anti-epileptic drug, it stopped them. So I don't know if they were just like myoclonic jerks or if they were little focal seizures. I don't know. And we've not actually caught the twitches on an EEG. But we know that they are epileptic, and we know that the topiramate helps. So it gave us a little bit of comfort knowing that the twitches was one thing we didn't have to worry about after that, because we were still, you know, on edge about the hypsarrythmia. Back to the results of Avery's last EEG. Despite the fact that she'd finished the course of steroids and she was starting to wean off of them, the results came back that Avery was still showing a hypnorhythmic pattern on her EEG. So the treatment essentially didn't work. Now the doctors are kind of stumped. We're all kind of stumped, because usually when you see a hypsarrhythmic pattern in an EEG, you will also see the characteristics of infantile spasms. Obviously Avery isn't just another child, she is Avery, and she just may be different, and there probably are other children like Avery that have maybe subclinical hypsarrhythmia, but it's just not usual. So this is kind of where we're going back and forth with the doctors, because we don't really know what our next steps are. We're obviously weaned off the steroid, we're doing this hydrocortisone until we have the blood test, and Avery has another EEG booked in for next week, and I think we're probably going to wait and see what that EEG says. If that is still showing hypsarrhythmic, then I don't know. The doctors might want to put her on another medicine. I do know that Avery's neurologist, Avery's epilepsy consultant, and Avery's epilepsy nurse are all having a meeting today. So I should hear back something later on today on what the plan is likely to be. But I've just got a feeling they're going to want to wait and see what this EEG says next week. So really we are no closer to having any answers. We're all very confused, but I am just taking comfort in the fact that Avery's doing really well in herself, more well than she has in a really long time. I am enjoying the interaction with her. I'm enjoying how much I'm getting out of her at the moment. I'm enjoying the laughter, and I'm kind of just holding on to that and seeing all of that as a positive. And it is giving me just a little bit of faith, a little bit of hope that everything's going to be okay. And we're just going to have to kind of take the diagnosis and the results and everything as they come. So really the difference between now and a couple of weeks ago is I have had time to digest everything. I'm feeling a lot more hopeful. I'm feeling a little bit less scatterbrained. Everything is still manic. I mean, I think I have an appointment every single day from Monday until the following Friday. So everything's still very hectic. I do plan on keeping you up to date, but for now I just wanted to give you that quick update. I wanted to kind of share what's been going on the last couple of weeks, and I will film another video and upload it soon. I'm hoping to film next week because it's Avery's birthday, but in the meantime I just wanted to give you an update and catch up with you guys because I've really missed you guys. So I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.